it's your local neighborhood Benzo warrior here. Benzo butterfly. Having a day where my wings are working a little better today. And I just wanted to make just kind of a quick update. Of course, I always say quick, and you guys know me, some of you by now, that never seems to work out that way. First and foremost, I just want to thank everybody for the overwhelming response to my last video. And I want to let you guys know that I don't have a laptop and haven't since what happened with my fiance. So I'm doing everything by my phone, and it's as my page is growing and the comments are growing, which is incredible and wonderful. And I'm trying to get more involved in Twitter with this cause, which has been quite fascinating. And I'll also with Facebook, because I had actually gotten off of Facebook. I would just kind of, I'm on Instagram, so I would just kind of share a photo every now and then on Facebook, but mainly was keeping it after deactivating it many times, because it can be a very, very difficult place to be during this journey. But my best friend John, he moved to Sweden, and where his fiance is, and so it's the only way he can call me for free. For those of you who don't know, on Facebook, you can it's like having Skype, or if you don't have a Skype account or you don't have FaceTime on an iPhone, you can call on Facebook. There's a call button up there, and you can choose to do video or not do video. The only thing I don't like about Facebook, and sometimes it might appear that I'm on, but I'm really not, but is Facebook kind of took away your privacy. So if you're just kind of maybe wanting to get on there and just maybe kind of see, or maybe respond to a couple of posts or something, you know, it shows that little green dot, and you know, and then all of a sudden everybody knows that you're on Facebook, and sometimes that's just not the place you're at, or what you want the world to know. That's the one thing I don't like about Facebook Messenger. But I am thrilled now that I stayed, because I've now gotten back into the Benzo cause on Facebook. I had gotten away from it because I just really felt that people were sick of it, basically, and a lot still are. But I can't let that distract my focus. But it's also put me in touch with some of you guys, Kay and Kevin, Stevie, Beth, George, and Penny. I don't remember if you're, I know we see each other on one of the Facebook support groups, as well as Paul, and I don't know if you're actually a friend of mine on Facebook. If I've left somebody out, I forgot. I'm not sure there's more, but those are ones that have been, like, you know, staying in touch with me, you know, recently. And most that I've named are having a really, really rough time, as we do. And so, so it's good to be able to share on there and to share with each other, and then for like my friends and family to also see that, oh, there really are all these other people, you know, so as if they don't subscribe to my YouTube page, and to see that this is all too real, and there's other people going through that. So I'm feeling better about Facebook again. But all of it combined, especially with when you only have a phone, and trying to keep up with Twitter, trying to keep up with Instagram, trying to keep up with Facebook, trying to keep up with my YouTube channel, which is now my main priority. It can be a pretty daunting task to do all that with your phone. And that's why I apologize to you guys if I just kind of went through finally and just put a little heart by everything, and figured I'd just kind of do this in response, because with the eye strain and the light sensitivity and things like that, you know, it can be overwhelming. And I'm not a person who's used to sitting. I've always been very active, you know, avid runner, I told you guys, and you know, I'm just not a person that, you know, instead of like curling up watching a movie, or, you know, just like you're ready to chill out and watch some TV or whatever. But as far as just like during the daytime and just sitting And before long, it's like, oh, I've been on my phone for 2 or 3 hours, and my back is killing me, and I need to move around. I need to get out of this apartment. And I really, really need to find a cheap laptop somewhere so I can. I do know how to type, so but I'm probably have forgotten by now, and that will make it better, easier to do responses. So that's part of the reason, if you notice that. Or sometimes we're just in a bad place and but we want to let you guys know, hey, I'm okay. So, you know, you just put a little acknowledgement with a heart or whatever. So you don't guys, you know, worry too much or anything like that. But those of you who are on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter with me, you know, sometimes we'll see that, oh, Shelly is okay. She just hasn't gotten back to her YouTube. So you can follow me on those avenues as well. Twitter and Instagram is Shell_John, SHEL_JOHN. And Facebook is my name, Shelly Johnson, or Shelly L. Baker, because there's a lot of Shelly L. Johnsons. So anyway, but as far as, thank you guys for praying for me for my oral surgery. It was an ordeal. They kept asking me if I wanted to reschedule because I was in really, really bad shape. I was crying the whole time, shaking, all that. A lot of that had to do with what has happened with my doctor. I've been so unbelievably still in shock. And because, Poet, you and I were discussing this, it's not just the loss of a trusted physician, but this is a trusted physician of 35 plus years. But this is a person that was like family to me. This was a person who was my friend. This is a person that I have confided in everything, that knows things about my life that nobody else does, that I could talk to anything about. And I thought loved me, like really, truly loved me, not just a patient that came in, you know. So it's been like a huge loss of like just a sense of betrayal by like a close-knit family member, which I've already gone through that with, you know, with other, well, certainly with a fiance. And I'm going to get into that story on another video, and I'll explain why when I do that. But and then some immediate family members, and it's like I still feel so unbelievably betrayed and in utter shock that this man would do this to me, who's known me since I was a teenager and has always said that he loved me, and I've always told him how much I loved him, and he's been like a part of my family. He's been a part of my children's lives too, being their mom's doctor and everything. So, and I still don't have a doctor, and it is really, I really had to fight that today. I was calling and calling and calling all over again, and I was just sobbing and I got up feeling, you know, pretty well, all things considered. The oral surgery was not a fun experience by any means, because I could not afford the sedation, and the injections were brutal. But I've taken maybe 3 or 4 Motrin 800s since, and haven't been having any pain, and so that's part of the way. I mean, and there's upcoming procedures to come, but that was this is part of the worst part that was out of the way. So that's a huge deal. And so, but this this morning I'm starting making all these calls, and I had made calls yesterday and left messages and not getting calls in return, and so I started the process again. And my youngest son and myself have left several pleading voicemails with my doctor, my GYN, who sent me the certified letter that I read on my last video. And I've just basically, the first time I was, of course, very upset. Yesterday, or maybe this morning, was just more like, you know, just please do this for me. I'm striking out. I'm not being able to find any help anywhere. The Georgia Behavioral Health Care, which I was referred to by the new PCP, I tweeted about this because shockingly, they prescribe Ativan, Klonopin, and Xanax, but they do not prescribe Valium. that tells me a lot about the Georgia Behavioral Health Care facility. It tells me that they're perfectly willing to hand out this drug for whatever you go in there needing, or for if you can't sleep or you have anxiety, you know, take this drug, you'll be fine. And it tells me that they don't want to be a process of using the benzo that's widely used and in the Ashton manual for tapering off of these other horrific benzos. So that kind of tells me a lot about them. I wanted to talk to the clinical assistant who could explain why, because I wanted to be able to tell people why. Well, why are they telling you they wouldn't prescribe Valium? And they can't. She wasn't in yesterday. I left a message with her yesterday. I left a message with her today. She was in today. She was at lunch, supposedly. She has not returned my phone calls. And I'm just politely just wanting to know an explanation as to why you would not, how could you not prescribe Valium if you prescribe all these, the other ones? That makes zero sense. And it shows that you are not even being responsible enough to know about tapering of benzos, of the Ashton method and everything. But Valium is also very, very widely prescribed on its own. But so that was a major roadblock. And I called my PCP back and just no luck. I'm calling all over. My oral surgeon gave me a name to call. He's not taking new patients. They gave me more numbers. And I kept running into the same thing. We don't prescribe benzos here. We don't prescribe Valium here. Well, you could come in, but they don't prescribe Valium. Well, there's no sense in me coming in, though. That's kind of the problem. So after feeling so distraught, feeling just like, what am I going to do? I finally reached one that does take my insurance. That's also huge. And she's local. And she does prescribe Valium. But I wasn't able to speak to her, just whoever makes your appointments. So they made me an appointment for next week. But they said, we can't tell you that she's going to help you or not. We can tell you that she does prescribe that medication. But whether she will be willing to help you continue on what you're doing, because I told them my story, and taper, we can't tell you whether she will or whether she won't. So I am fervently praying that she will, because I don't really know what to do. I don't know why my doctor would not even have the decency to even call me after all these 35-something years and say, he called me Shell, and say, Shell, look, we sent you the letter. I'm sorry, it's done. And he explained to me why you're not even going to be my gynecologist. Now I have to, you know, I'm on an estrogen patch, you know, and I have to, you know, all these things that I went through with you for mammograms and all that kind of stuff that I went through you to do all that stuff, and I got to start worry about all that too. So anyway, but I don't know. Honestly, guys, I just, there's just really no word. I mean, what can you say? Basically, what else shocks us at this point that can happen? After this now, I don't know that there's anything else that could shock me. There's nobody else who could walk out of my life that would shock me. There's just nothing else when it comes to benzodiazepines and benzo withdrawal syndrome, I think, that would shock me anymore. That I learn about it, hear about it, experience it, or whatever. So, so that's where that stands, and I will keep you posted on that next week. I'll let you know how that doctor's appointment goes. But I wish I didn't have to wear glasses. I broke my good ones, my cheap Dollar General glasses, to be able to read. But I just made a few notes because I just basically acknowledged everybody with a little heart or whatever. But just briefly, I am so beyond grateful for the support, for those of you who have been following me for a long time. But I did want to say there was somebody who, and I'm really sorry if I forgot to write your name down, and I couldn't actually pronounce your name, but you made a comment that this is basically a 9-month to 3-year journey, that basically, you know, we have to accept that it's like a 9 to 3 month journey. That comment got several likes. people need to know that I'm almost 2 years in. So this is not something I'm just beginning. So as of June or late June of this year will be 2 years for me. Not that I started getting sick, but 2 years that I knew it was benzodiazepines, and ended up at a detox center in Florida, and then cold turkey, which that's a joke. So then cold turkey for 2 months, and started the horror of it. So it has been, I've already been on this for close to 2 years already. So it's so yeah, I know it's a long process, but I just wanted to let you know that when you made that comment that I've already been in this journey for about 2 years. And also what else was I gonna say? There was a few new people, C.D, and then there was Spes. You guys said some really, really wonderful words. So many of you that I have mentioned before, you guys always say such beautiful words to me, and I'm always so grateful for all your prayers and all the words that you continue to come up with to say to me. And I apologize that this time I didn't really, get to everybody individually. I've just been feeling really overwhelmed, and have been staying on my phone a lot through everything. And and Celeste 777, thank you. You said I'm an amazing warrior of life, and I like to think that that's what we all are. We are Benzo warriors. We have no choice but to be the best warrior that we can. But we have many fallen warriors. Not all warriors make it, but we are all proving our strength by, even if you watch this video, you're showing strength. And even if you can't do what I'm doing, what others are doing, but even if you're still here, if you've been doing this and you're for any length of time, and you're still strong and fighting and waking up one more day to face this, we are warriors. And it is true. I believe, Princess, that you told me, and Jennifer, that you said to me, I love you so much, Jennifer, and we need to talk. But yes, God gives his toughest battles to his strongest warriors, I believe. And I believe that's very, very, very true. And Binkle Babe, we follow each other on Twitter, and you're hysterical, saying that you would about ready to break into Walgreens and to steal Valium for me. There's probably quite a few of them out there that would like that to be done. That made me laugh, and it made me feel really special, because but I don't want you going into jail for me. I appreciate anything people are willing to do to help, but going to jail, nah, don't do that. But I thought that was really very funny and kind that you'd say that, you're so passionate about it and about caring about me that, that you'd like to, break in the drugstore and steal it. So I'd probably be about to do anything else except whatever's going to put me in jail. I don't want my kids to have to go through that too. But I tell you, it's I don't know. And I know there's a couple of emails. Renee, I know I have an email that I haven't responded to you yet. We have people that keep in touch with us privately through email, through just texting, a few that call, or that I call, and now Facebook. Not everybody is comfortable commenting. So, and if I haven't gotten back to you, I promise I will. I really need a laptop. It's getting overwhelming with my phone, and I'm still getting used to this new iPhone. I had a Galaxy Note 4, and I'm having a love-hate relationship with this iPhone 8s. So anyway, but yeah, I will get to that. In Neighborhood Bob, if you comment again, I still really want to email you. I want to be in touch with you more. I just feel that I really need to do that, and I feel I am grateful that you've reached out to me on my other videos as you have. And I want to tell a couple of you guys that are kind of new, especially you, BC Mike, and a couple others that are kind of reaching out. And I understand the grasping for everything, and the you know, and messaging me as far as, you know, have you heard about this? Have you heard about that? And just please know that I don't want to overwhelm anybody. I'm just always going to share with you and be honest, because I have been going through this for a long time. I have done a lot of research. I have a lot of education on it. So a lot of these things that people are saying, you know, like what about kratom and what about this and what about that? You know, I already know all about that stuff. So, but I'm only going to tell you my experience if I tried it and had a bad experience. And as far as my diet and supplements to avoid, I'm only going to tell you what I'm doing and what I believe is working for me to help me have days like today and or yesterday. Well, after the surgery was over, then the day got better. So I'm even still not having a doctor, so hanging in there. I will only continue to share. You know, we respect what everybody ends up choosing to do or ends up trying. And I learned the hard way, believe me, buying everything. My fiance and I did everything, hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of stuff at the health food store, everything we could think of, and then to find out most of it was not recommended. And so I'm very, very careful. And extremely careful of my diet. I told you guys I was so excited when my protein powder came, because I was able to make my protein shake, and I posted a picture of it on Instagram and Facebook with a caption, something about I know your mouth is watering or something. So most people not so much, but it actually tastes really good. Actually, it's because you can't. Raw spinach has no taste. It's fabulous because you can just cram it in there and you don't taste it. And throw some frozen strawberries in there, and the protein powder is vanilla. It's packed with amino acids, stuff like that. But again, I do not ever have gluten. Gluten ever is 100% off my list. Dairy, 100% off my list. Sugar is in very, very minor, and that was my big weakness. Caffeine, 100% gone. Alcohol, 100% gone. And the supplements, if you go back and watch my diet video, very, very limited. You know, things you need to replace maybe what you're not getting, like calcium and stuff if you're avoiding dairy and stuff like that. But yeah, so I will stick by that through this, that I do believe that the diet is crucial. I really do. There was something on Twitter today about new psychiatrists that are starting to go with nutritional therapy and diet therapy in place of prescribing antidepressants and psychiatric and benzo drugs. That was a wonderful article for me to see, and I responded to that. And I want to thank you, Poet, for reaching out to me and being able to talk to you. It meant the world to me. We had a really wonderful conversation, and you're just truly special. And I just want to say that I think you are so special and so strong, and going through a lot of things that I've never been through in my life, and I can't imagine some of the stuff that you are going through. But yet you reached out in love to me, and as you have others. And yeah, and so I just think you rock. So, and I wanted to finally say to people who have names like user unknown or anonymous, I may put a little like, but I told you guys I had a really, really bad experience with someone that I trusted and had been following me for a while, a male. And I already am extremely untrusting of people, even more so now since my doctor. But I have very little trust when it comes to men, and I allowed this person into my life, and through this process, through my YouTube channel, and it turned out really, really badly, and I was very hurt. And so, as I've said before, we can't see who's subscribing, all our subscribers, because you can hide your subscriptions, who you subscribe to. So if I click on my subscribers, it shows a fraction of who's actually subscribing. So I can't prevent someone from watching my videos. I can block that person's that particular person at that time, but it doesn't mean that they can't come up with user unknown, anonymous, and try to be you know, reaching out to me that way. And I hate to be that way, you guys, but it just is very, it really disturbs me. So if you don't necessarily, it doesn't bother me you don't have a picture, but if it's something like that and I don't respond, that's why. It's a serious trust issue, and wondering who you are. And so anyway, I think, what am I at? Oh my goodness, yeah. Okay, it's time to go. Told you it wouldn't be quick. I actually had something else I was gonna say, and had thought about maybe singing a little something for you guys, but I'm not now because this has gone way too long. So, all right, with all that said, that was so quick. Oh, Benzo brain, gotta love it. Hey, I hope that this is another video that gives you hope, that gives you love, that gives you encouragement, that gives you support, that you're not getting anywhere else. I know all too well about all that. So if it does that, and every time I see my videos, you know how it shows so many others, and I'm going, oh my gosh, there's just more and more and more and more out there. And so the fact that this many people are even taking the time to watch mine, there's so many of them out there. A lot of them, for the most part, I don't watch right now. I'm trying to reach out to a couple more people and show some support to people who are actually going through it. It's a lot, and it's shocking. It's just shocking. But anyway, because I'm trying to do so much right now to help a lot of people, and now through Twitter and Facebook and Instagram, and here. You know, it's a lot when we're going through this to have this kind of this obligation now also, that you want to continue to show support, to show encouragement, to show hope that these days do exist, that they can happen, and that, you know, that we're going to get better, and that we're going to have those hopeless days. And I might have a hopeless day tomorrow, but this is how I am now. I'm by no means symptom free, not even close to symptom free, but you know, but I feel you know, I feel pretty good considering everything, and certainly in comparison to the hopeless days, and being able to drive, and being able to go get some groceries, and go to the post office as I needed to, and get gas in my car that was running on fumes. So yeah, that's a big deal. So just hold on, you guys, and I'm gonna sing something for you next time. I got to do it soon though, because pollen is going crazy here in Georgia already, and when it happens, thank goodness I don't suffer so severely like some people, but I do start getting a cough and more raspiness. And it's already, you know, crazy here. For those of you who are in Canada, my gosh, and other places where, you know, it's pretty incredible that this is worldwide, and you come in contact with people all over the world. I had a friend, Rose, if you're still out there, from the UK, and we were emailing, and I've lost touch with her, but I'd like to get back. Just a beautiful soul of a person, and an artist, painter. But that was like, wow, I would never have come across this person if not for this journey in the UK. So, but I can't imagine being where you guys are at. Again, yes, we've had a couple cold days, but you guys have been in this like blizzards or whatever, and just tomorrow here in Georgia it's going to be sunny and 65 degrees. So I'll be able to prayerfully go for a long walk and get some sunshine, and I can't imagine. Oh my gosh, I can't imagine not being able to do that through this. So God bless you guys if you are in an area where you're confined to indoors, even if you have a home with more space than I do, but not being able to go outside or have to shovel snow or scrape your car window, or I don't know. I just yeah. So anyway, but I could go on really for another half hour. I really could. There's a lot more that I want to talk about, and I'm gonna try to make videos, I think probably about once a week, because there's so much that I'm learning still, and so much more that I want to talk about that we go through, and the whole snowball effect of this whole process, and just so much that I really think people it will be helpful to to hear about. If you guys have any questions for me ever, as far as my diet, as far as I don't know, anything that may help you, and I don't mind at all. I'm here. My email is shelljohn, SHELLJOHN, the number 1 @gmail.com, and you can email me there. Like I say, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and yeah, I want to help any way I can, as people have for me. So, and that's why I want to keep doing this, and keep in touch through the good, the bad, the ugly, the horror, all of that. So, the one last thing I didn't say, I have 100% decided to do this drug-free, Valium only. And I quit. I was taking a small dose of Trileptal, which is an anticonvulsant, but I have stopped taking that. I threw away the Boost Bar, as was recommended to me. I will not take these medications. And if you're on Twitter and you're following some of these people that I follow in these organizations, you'll find out a lot more about these medications, like gabapentin, Boost Bar, and things like that. That's my choice. That's my choice. I don't judge anybody else's choice. That's my choice to do this, with knowing that I am only taking Valium. I could have had Percocet for after my surgery. No, no thanks. So that's, yeah. I don't want to do any other medications. I want to do this the best I can with my diet, with the supplements I take, with exercise, if it's meditation, if it's watching some of the more positive. I really encourage you guys to check out David Powers. But just things that are uplifting, encouraging. I try to avoid dreadful TV. I love The Voice. The Voice makes me feel happy. I can feel like I'm dying. And there was a gentleman who sang on The Voice the other night, and I was feeling really in so much despair. And I tweeted him, and he was, if you watch it, he sang My Girl to his daughter. And I had watched it on demand. It was about midnight. And I tweeted to him, because in that moment, I backed it up and watched it 3 or 4 times, because the hair just stood up, and I felt like an angel had entered my room, and I just felt uplifted in that moment. He was that incredible, just incredible, and beyond gifted. So I'm already hoping he's going to win. So anyway, but yeah, just things like that. I don't watch American Idol, but so I have my reasons for not watching American Idol. So sorry guys, Katie and her 25 million, I just can't take it. But something else you'll run into with this, I know I keep rambling as I say I'm gonna stop. When these shows come on, this happened to me with America's Got Talent, American Idol now, and The Voice, and people hear these backstories. On America's Got Talent, there was a girl who made it pretty far that had been like a sole survivor of a tragic plane crash, and she was burned over her entire body. Horrific, horrific. That was always the one thing I said, other than cancer. I said, I couldn't imagine going through that, like going through like someone who's gone through being burned, like that. We have felt like our cold turkey feels like you've been. I felt like I'd been doused with gasoline and lit on fire. It was that horrific, but it wasn't actually happening. So, but as people hear those stories and they talk about it on Facebook, they more and more don't want to hear about our stories because they're thinking, well, Shelley, you need to watch, you know, this person and see what they went through. You think you're going through something? No, they went through something. And so you have to accept that a lot of people are watching this stuff and they're hearing all these backstories. And don't get me wrong, it's wonderful that they're being shown. And I think it's wonderful as a singer that all this talent is having this new opportunity. But I learned from past experience that it also causes people to think like, how dare you keep putting this Benzo stuff up, you know, this backstory of this person, this person, this person. So yeah, it's just, you know, but that's just what we deal with as this illness is not really accepted for the magnitude that it is as far as a brain injury, a brain damaging illness. And this is Brain Awareness Week, and I've been tweeting about some stuff about it. So, okay, well, I'm so glad I made this short, you guys. Oh boy, I don't know. I think this is the part of the loneliness, and is feel like I just want somebody to talk to. So, but and there's a few of you out there, so you know who you are. But yeah, I don't know. When you sit in an apartment all day and you're just on your phone and you're not hearing a voice, and then it's like, and I find myself walking around talking to myself. If I'm not talking to God, I'm talking to myself. And almost like I'm my own therapist. Do you know y'all do that? It's like almost like I'm talking to a therapist, or what I would say to a therapist, but there's not a therapist here. You know, other than, I don't say the man upstairs, because to me he's everywhere. So, you know, so well, he is the best therapist. So anyway, God bless you guys, and I'm so sorry. If you didn't stay with me till the end of this, it's all, I get it. I don't think I would have stayed with me this long through this one either, because I think this is one of my longest ones, and I said I was going to be short and quick. Yeah. Okay, so, all right, Benzo Warriors, let's, till next time, after my doctor's appointment, probably next week. Just want to let you guys know I'm okay, and hopefully, and that's why I didn't respond on all. I always feel like I need to explain myself. I've always kind of been like that, but it's all part of the thing. And rambling is a part of this, at least for me. Ask my kids, and which, by the way, I want to say to my two boys, they've been stepping up. And I'm trying to say them not get emotional. And then my oldest is going to come by on Friday. I saw him after my last doctor's appointment. We went through a part. It's an amazing feeling when your grown child, especially a man, has no problem walking through a park while his mom is crying and trembling, you know, and holding her hand and just reaching out as she's clinging to him with her head on it and holding his mom's hand. That's I put something on Facebook about that. That's an amazing feeling. But that's how close I've always been to my children. This has just been devastating for all of us. But they're stepping up. Even got a message from my oldest today, who brought my grandson down recently with his wife, because he didn't know that I was going without food, that I didn't have groceries and stuff. Or at times he didn't realize that. So he even checked on me today to see, you know, am I okay, if I needed food. And that was huge. That made me feel so wonderful. And yeah, so they're stepping up, and I think they really realize the magnitude of this, and they're getting it even more and more and more as more people are sharing, and so anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. And now I am really saying goodbye. Okay. Sayonara. Hasta la vista, baby. See you later, alligator. In the owl, crocodile. In the gutter, peanut butter. All right. I really gotta go because I just feel totally goofy and delirious about now. Time to eat. Bye.